In response,
Hello, and welcome to the day.
thank you for spending your time with us. I'm Joel, that is Jake. This week on the JANK Tank, we've got Jake presenting a new standard deck, Boardwipe of Hailfire. Let's get into it.
Dum 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 dum.
Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun.
So, thank you for having me on today. I am seeking an investment in my new standard brew deck, Boardwipe of Hailfire.
Go ahead and tell us about it.
All right. So, essentially what the deck is it's a Mardu deck. It is a variation on the SRAM deck that I had originally crafted on our channel. And what the deck is it cuts SRAM completely. It's a bunch of vehicles and Boardwipe, because the vehicles survive the Boardwipe. So it's 4 3-bin Inspector to get that early card advantage going. 3-bin Inspector's been a staple in standard. And it runs essentially 4 Sweltering Suns, 3 Fumigate, 3 Hour of Devastation, 3 Torment of Hailfire. And the whole idea is just to get value out of these large Boardwipe spells. Mm-hmm. Let your opponent play a bunch of things, wipe it all away, and make sure you have Boardwipe to protect yourself throughout the game.
And then your win condition is?
The win condition, there's 2 win conditions. There is Torment of Hailfire, where it's just I wait until it's late game, and then I Torment of Hailfire for, X.
Yeah.
And then the other win condition is I use Peace Walker Colossus because it's so resilient to all the Boardwipe. It's Sweltering Suns, Hour of Devastation, Fumigate. It's unaffected.
Okay.
And so essentially what it does is it just waits until there's an opening. The opponent is out of cards or all their creatures have been cleared away. Mm-hmm. And then you just use its ability to animate Cultivator's Caravan, animate Hardikiran. There's 2 Hardikiran in the deck.
Okay.
The deck also runs Lupine Prototype to turn the vehicles on. And it also runs Cathartic Reunion.
Okay,
to keep
Lupine Prototype. That's what I was listening for, because honestly, if it was sounding like the hole in it was if Peace Walker Colossus is removed or countered, then you're SOL. But if you've got the Lupine Prototype, also I know you run Gideon, because it is a Mardu deck. So
well, there's 3 Gideon in it, and Gideon can close out a game by itself.
Sure, he can close out a game, and in a pinch, he can crew your Hardikiran.
Yeah, if need be.
Secondary ability.
If it needs to get in the air, it can do that. So essentially the deck is just get value for Boardwipe. Sweltering Suns, I've talked about it before, I'll talk about it again. The card is really good. If you don't need to clear the board, like if you're not playing against zombies, if you aren't playing against like a red-black aggro, just cycle it away, try to get to that bigger Boardwipe, and then just try to stay ahead. And then Torment of Hailfire at the end when they don't have any non-land permanents, and then you're just going to drain their life.
Yeah, I could see it working. Now, I could see... How many total Boardwipe effects do you have in the deck?
So, there are currently 10 main deck. There's 4 Sweltering Suns, 3 Hour, and 3 Fumigate.
10. So, I could see this deck having a transformative sideboard.
Yeah.
Where if you go in against a control matchup, you're going to be drawn dead a lot of times with 10 Boardwipe in there.
Yeah, that's true.
So you're going to need to have a secondary strategy. I mean, honestly, it's like right now, I think it's a pretty good meta play. I'm almost ready to invest in this deck. I think it's a pretty good meta play with all of the go wide and aggro strategies that are kind of dominating the format right now.
Yeah.
I think that people will be playing zombies. Wipe them away. I think that people are...
And an Hour of Devastation is hitting the walkers.
Exactly. Interested in running lots of walkers, maybe a Super Friends or maybe a Turbo Nicol Bolas build.
Yeah.
And Hour of Devastation helps with that. You won't need, game 2, you won't need any more than the Hour of Devastation. And I would honestly say maybe put a 4th Hour of Devastation into the sideboard.
There is one in the side, yeah.
Perfect, yeah.
There is one in the side, yeah.
So that's one of your other 5 spots. I think you do take 10 spots of your sideboard and make it transformative, where the deck changes strategies and honestly basically turns into Mardu vehicles.
Oh, yeah. That's interesting. Just have like a scrap heap scroungers.
Exactly. Right now, you're mainboarding this stuff because it's a meta play, and you're fighting against aggro decks and go wide strategies. If you play this Super Friends Turbo Nickel Bolus thing that I've seen, people are kicking it around. I'm not sure if it's actually going to play or not.
Mm-hmm.
Bring in your 4th hour of Devastation, go up to 11 wipe effects. You can maybe even take out a Fumigate for that.
Yeah, I could see that.
But yeah, I mean, I could see it working. I think I'm 50% in on this. I think a control shell. I mean, I think a control matchup. You're gonna have a hell of a time trying to figure it out.
Yeah,
you're gonna have something transformative because I mean, Peace Walker Colossus in this strategy fits and is almost necessary because you're trying to play around the board wipe, which I think you've done a good job of doing. That was honestly my first thought when you said I'm going to build a board wipe deck was, okay, well, how are you going to close it out? By building your creatures around that strategy.
Yeah. And there are 8 creatures. Well, in theory, the Peace Walker Colossus and the Cultivator's Caravan, and then 2 Heart of Kirin.
Right.
Which Heart of Kirin is going to come out, and that's going to immediately make people think, oh god, I'm going against Mardu vehicles.
Sure. They
might end up using their Fragmentides on the Heart of Kirin.
That would be beneficial.
Instead of the Peace Walker Colossus, which is the real bread and butter of the deck.
Exactly. I would say a couple of maybe not Siege, the Siege card that turns vehicles into creatures. Red one. Maybe not that, but Start Your Engines. I think 1 or 2 Start Your Engines in this would be a nice little fit.
If you did have like a bunch of clunky artifacts out there and no way to do anything with them.
Exactly. If you've got, Heart of Kirin, a couple Cultivators Caravans, and they've wiped your Peace Walker Colossuses off the board, you Start Your Engines, swing in with 2 Caravans and a Heart, and
that's practically game.
Right, exactly. Yeah. So that could be, and you only need 1 or 2 of those.
Yeah.
And so that could be another good way to close it out. I like the deck. I think it's interesting. I think that right now Standard is open, and we'll see if I'm right or wrong. But I think that something like this has a place at least in theory crafting.
And then Needle Spires, of course, comes in as well, and it can double strike once the board has been wiped as well.
Exactly. So. Manlands, we've still got Zendikar. That hasn't rotated, so that is still a possibility. I'm ready to invest.
All right. Well, let's we'll put it into some playtesting, and we'll see what happens.
We'll see it. Check out the stream for some playtesting on Boardwipe of Hailfire.
Boardwipe of Hailfire deck list available now.
Guys, thanks so much for watching. Let us know if you would invest in this deck.
Or what you would change.
Yep, let us know in the comments below what you would change, what you would add, what you like and don't like. If you liked the video, think about subscribing. There's a bunch of buttons down there.
Just go click buttons.
Just click them, click them,
click them. Click at least one button.
Click at least one button.
Find a button down there to click and click
Just
a button.
find one. Make sure to check out our sponsors links. They're down in the description. Past that, I'm tapped out.
I am tapped out.
Catch you guys next time.
Good day.